The particle theory of matter is a really key scientific concept that you need to know and understand well. We use it to explain the properties of solids, liquids, and gases, and how matter changes from one state into another. Let's remind ourselves of the three different states. In a solid, the particles are closely packed and held tightly together. They're not completely still, just vibrating very gently. This explains why solids have a rigid structure and a fixed shape and are hard to compress. The particles in a liquid are also closely packed, but they move over each other. Liquids take on the shape of their container, are hard to compress, flow easily, and have a fixed volume. In gases, the particles are not closely packed. They are spaced out and move around very quickly. This means gases also take the shape of their container, but they are easy to compress and flow readily. But unlike liquids, they have the volume of the container. We most commonly use the word particles to describe solids, liquids, and gases, but test questions will also use the words molecules and atoms. Now, we've been using the word particles to describe both the behavior of molecules and atoms. Though they're different, in the particle theory of matter, we can refer to them both as particles. Another tip is how you draw solids, liquids, or gases. Test questions often ask you to draw the particles or molecules in different states. To make sure you get all the marks when you draw a solid, make sure all the particles are touching and have a more regular arrangement. Remember, with a liquid, draw your diagram with most of the particles touching. If they aren't, you will lose marks. The particles should be spread randomly and, if possible, along the bottom of the container. In a gas, the particles are widely spaced and not touching. The next section will look more closely at changes in state. How the particle model is used to describe, for example, the way ice changes to a liquid and then to a gas.